biggest thing that I want Americans to know about the buy now, pay later, like, I truly believe that education isn't power, it's applying it that is. You need to know what it is that you're signing up for. And I think the biggest question you need to ask yourself is, do I really need this? My name is Micah Smith, and I am actually the president and the founder of Micah Abigail. We are a credit solutions firm. I am also found on Instagram at Fit Credit Doctor. Buy now, pay later. Listen, there's a multitude of thoughts that I have around these types of platforms. And the biggest thing that I wanted to highlight, and one of my biggest concerns that I'm seeing, is that the buy now, pay later is now going to not be necessarily just for things like maybe you need a new laptop for your job. Maybe you need to get a new couch. Maybe you need to get something that is going to provide you some sort of lasting value. And what we're actually seeing is that buy now, pay later is now going to be implemented with food delivery services. While I am not adverse to it, my concern, especially as a credit specialist and someone who likes to forewarn the public about what damage could be caused by these types of programs, having this hit your credit report in a positive way, well, that's great. And we can talk more about the credit side of things. But if it hits in a negative way, that's where we're going to see some pretty large catastrophe. And when you are essentially going out and you're financing things, like, you have to ask yourself this question: I'm financing food delivery. Does this make sense? And I want people to understand that the borrower is slave to the lender. And one of the biggest things I talk about is just the importance of financial security. And financial security comes from having good money habits. And financing food delivery is not that is not a good money habit. And so I want people to know, listen, if you can't afford it, I would implore of you to please not finance it. Find another way, find another method, find another solution, because it's going to end up keeping you a slave to your debt. And if there's interest attached to it, my goodness gracious, do not get me started on interest. I mean, oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Your $20 pizza ends up costing you $100, like, that's insane. The one thing I forewarn people about, especially being in the industry that I'm in, is just be aware that if life happens and you end up defaulting on this, it's a cyclical effect, and it will have a compound negative effect on you. So I want people to be aware that this is going to hit your credit report, and you need to make sure that you set it and forget it. Put everything on auto pay. I always say, and my mentor says, an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. So you need to know, right, when these hit your credit report, you have to pay them on time. And a lot of people just think, oh, it's a missed payment. How bad could it be? I'm like, how bad it could be is it stays on your report for 7 years.